Did y'all hear about the Rich Paul rule? Rich Paul been showing out, y'all. Why didn't y'all tell me? Why didn't y'all tell me? Well, let me tell you about it, man. And how it started for me, how I found about the whole situation. Was LeBron James, his Twitter. If you didn't know, Rich Paul, basically he's LeBron James, I guess like his childhood friend. They grew up together. Then when LeBron came into the league, Rich Paul began to just, I guess, study agents. Then the young man became an agent. Became Bron agent. And now, not only is he Bron agent, he got a lot of other people too. We're going to go over that in just a second. But first, let's check out the cane. Here we go right here. Wham! What's up, Brody Russ? I see you. The King tweeted this right here. The Rich Paul rule. Can't stop, won't stop. They big mad and scared. Nothing will stop this movement and culture over here. Sorry, not sorry. Good Lord, y'all scared of Rich Paul. Evan Turner, Wilson Chandler, Kevin Hart. The world is so afraid of groundbreakers. This is beyond sad and major BS. Keep shining, Rich Paul. This only makes you stronger. What you have built is unbelievable, champ. The Rich Paul rule. Shame on you, NCAA. Oh, my God. Listen. Check it out. This is Rich Paul right here. This what happened. The NCAA has officially added criteria for agents who wish to represent student athletes testing the waters for the NBA draft. And the first rule is a bachelor's degree. Guess what? Rich Paul doesn't have a bachelor's degree. They're making sports agents go to college. I didn't know. Yes, I heard of Darius. I'm finna hop into Darius. Before now, a sports agent didn't have to go to college. They didn't have to go to college at all. But I guess nobody was just coming up trying to be a sports agent, or they wasn't really that successful. Because I remember hearing about Master P. I remember hearing about Master P being a sports agent, and he was representing Ricky Waters. Because Master P really didn't have a lot of success. Rich Paul, on the other hand, is having a lot of success. Tons of it. Somebody just mentioned Darius Baisley. The Thunder's draft picked. What I just said. The Thunder's draft pick. Yes, Darius Baisley. His agent is Rich Paul. I remember talking about this before, but I didn't know who his agent was. Rich Paul helped Darius secure a $1 million deal with New Balance straight out of high school. He basically had an internship with New Balance where he worked on his game, skipped college, and then went right into the draft and was drafted number 23. Do you know how scared the NCAA was after that happened? Somebody skip school, straight out of high school, get $1 million, then get in the draft and get drafted the first round. He changing the game. And I just did RJ Hampton. He's going over to Australia right now. Or the New Zealand Basketball League, one of them. Straight out of high school, skipped college. He's a top recruit. I don't know who his agent is. But I'm sure he's seen Darius Bazley and was like, man, I can do the same thing. So once that happened, I don't know what this article is from right here, but I want you to read this. And it will basically tell you how shook these people were of Rich Paul. Read with me. This is the Reading Rainbow. Rich is now a major threat to every large corporate agency that exists, says Chris Lucci, who represents Nuggets forward Wilson Chandler and 3 other NBA players. Lucci worked for 2 of the league's most powerful agencies, Sound Effects, SFX, and Werserman Media Group, before launching his own stuff, whatever. He knows from experience that when recruiting college kids, mega firms feast on the idea that it takes an agency their size to represent marquee players. Now, keep all this in mind that I'm telling you. The fact that the largest icon in the sport today has an agent from a boutique firm kills every myth that these large agency has been standing on. Basically, Rich Paul just done shook things up. He done came out the mud. There's trembling throughout the industry, and that's why some people are taking shots at Rich. He didn't graduate from college. So how'd he get certified? Basically, they were hating on Rich Paul in the background. They were hating on him. Now, check this out right here. You heard what I just read. And you seen Kevin Hart just tweeted him, right? You seen all that, right? Well, watch this. Rich Paul he just did a deal. This what shook everybody up. This right here. This what, July 17th, 2019. Y'all look at this. NBA super agent Rich Paul inks a major deal with Hollywood firm. I want y'all to listen to this now. Walk with me. First, let me get my screen together. Walk with me. I've never heard of these people before. Rich Paul is already one of the most powerful figures in the NBA. Now the super agent has his sights set on Hollywood. Listen, y'all. According to the New York Times, United Talent Agency, or UTA, has inked a partnership with Paul, which will see him run the agency's new sports division. Listen, UTA is one of the top talent agencies in Hollywood, with clients that include Kevin Hart, Angelina Jolie, Tomb Raider, and Tiffany Haddish. UTA has also bought into Paul's Clutch Sports Group. Listen, which includes clients like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Despite UTA's investment in Clutch, it sounds like Paul will remain. Okay, move on this. This is what I really want y'all to see. I want y'all to come down here to what Rich Paul said. Right here. These 2 paragraphs. This what had people shook. For Paul, this partnership is an opportunity for him to expand the reach of his clients outside of the basketball world. In an interview with The Athletic, shout out to Athletic, I always begin news from y'all. Paul explains that he will use his position with UTA, bill collectors, to help athletes monetize their off-the-court interests. Quote, this puts me in direct competition with the largest agencies in the world. Listen, he said it out of his mouth. Say it one more time. This puts me in direct competition with the largest agencies in the world. There's nothing we cannot do for an athlete. If a guy wants to write a book, great. If he wants to be a Fortnite champion, great. If he wants to act, great. If he wants to buy a surfboard company, fantastic. There is nothing we can't do for the modern athlete. The Rich Paul rule, it includes something that bypasses him. Since he's such a big agent, the Rich Paul rule will not affect Rich Paul. Okay, let's get that understood. But it's going to affect everybody after him. They're trying to prevent another Rich Paul. That's what they're trying to do. I'm sure they just can't just stop Rich Paul. But they can stop the next Rich Paul. That's what they're doing. If you didn't know, these are all the people that Rich Paul represents right here. Wham! And it's a lot of them. There's Baisley, Eric Bledsoe, Miles Bridges, Elijah Brown, KCP, Jordan Clarkson, Anthony Davis, T. Ferg, Draymond, Montrezl Harrell, Bron, Trey Lyles, Ben McLemore, Markieff Morris, J.R. Smith, Ben Simmons, Tristan Thompson, John Wall, and many more. They putting a stop to this. This man didn't go to college. He didn't come up in a major sports agency. He got it out the mud, just him and Bron. And now they taking over. It won't be another one. That's what they said. It won't be another one. But shout out to Rich Paul, changing up the game. Got these folks shaking in their boots.